Welcome to The Good Side, a half hour of positive, feel-good stories that'll leave you feeling inspired. They're told by a team of passionate journalists from local newsrooms all across the country. It is a simple joy, hopping on a bike and going for a ride on a beautiful day. I hit the trail with a group of volunteers, sharing that carefree sense of calm with seniors. Plus, meet a Girl Scout who's one smart cookie. She was really listening to a lesson on how to handle emergencies.
I heard her say, "Mommy needs help now." And she said, "Mommy, you're gonna be all right."
And lending a paw to pets in need, a vending machine stocked with dog and cat food.
Correct. Everybody eats. For a lot of our seniors, their pets are like their best friends.
See how it's taking some pressure off pet owners struggling to make ends meet. The Good Side starts right now. Hey there, I'm Debra Alfarone. Now, you may have, like me, fond childhood memories of riding a bike through your neighborhood. Oh, the freedom, the fun, the wind in your hair. One nonprofit is making sure that joy doesn't stop when you reach your golden years. And it's not just about the ride, it's also about the chance to reminisce.
So what's the best part of this ride?
Well, I just enjoyed the whole thing because, like I say, I have never been in anything like this.
At 95, Dolores Ring has seen a lot, but she's never seen this.
And the greens, you know, it's so green and it's been so beautiful because of all the rain we've had.
She's taking a ride in this trishaw, basically a bicycle with a passenger seat, as volunteers pedal her and Diane Bachman through this Maryland trail.
Oh, the crepe myrtles are beautiful. They have white ones, purple, pink.
It's all part of a global nonprofit called Cycling Without Age. The mission, to give everyone the feeling of wind in their hair, no matter their mobility. Today, the Trishaws picked up their passengers at Sunrise of Severna Park. It offers seniors independent living, assisted living, and memory care.
You know, I love asking questions, finding out about people's background, and that's the type of thing that they love too. They want somebody that's going to listen to them.
Tim Stevens is a volunteer for this county's chapter. It's one of 3,500 across the world. It's not just a ride, it's a chance to reminisce.
Do you like dogs?
Oh, yeah. I have one. And actually, I really only have one because she lasted a long time.
It's so special, it brings Sunrise employee Jules Marsh near tears.
When they come back, they've got a smile on their face, and it just uplifts their soul.
People see us on the trail, and it's like they've never seen anything like it.
And they'd never see it at all if it wasn't for Sandy Bishop. She was researching options for her daughter with a disability to get to work and came across Cycling Without Age's website. The rest fell into place.
The volunteers, the pilots on the back of the bike enjoy the experience, from exercise to being outdoors to interacting with the passengers to being involved in something that's just feels good. You're supposed to go slow enough to interact with your environment, which includes the people around you, and have that eye contact and say hello, stop and chat.
For many, the ride sparks memories and fuels conversation. It's a chance for true connection.
Enjoy every year that you have with it.
I'm going to. I'm enjoying today. I will. I promise.
It's so nice to meet you.
So lovely to meet you. Can I give you a hug?
Sure. Love hugs.
Oh.
That was one of my favorite days out there. If you want to start a chapter near you, visit cyclingwithoutage.org to learn how. Well, when life throws you a punch, you gotta know how to fight back. But the best tools to win are confidence, calm, and a clear head. The Good Side's Leah Kamana takes us to a gym in Oregon where kids learn lessons way beyond the mat.
We're coming back, we're doing it again. Do we understand?
We're trying to put this place right where the kids are, where the kids need a gym and need access to this.
Now we gotta work our escapes.
10-year-old Jervy Womplu has been coming to Team Quest for 4.5 years now.
It's a nice gym. Everybody here is friendly, and then you're going to get a lot of burpees.
Connected to the gym through his school,
Now I gotta clear this bottom hook.
Womplu says training here has made a big difference in his life.
At first, I was getting bullied, and then I got into fights. I started getting bad grades. I'm not getting into fights no more. I'm not getting suspended.
Come on, 1, 2, 1, 2.
While it may sound unorthodox, Father's Heart Sports believes combat sports can give kids self-confidence, develop better emotional control, and focus.
Ellis.
Slide down.
Slide down.
He's had growth in so many areas. His confidence mostly.
Betty Lynn's son, Ellis, has been attending Team Quest for 3 years.
It's just a really positive place for the kids, and it really allows them to grow within themselves to do things that maybe they didn't think that they could do.
Emilio, nice power, buddy. Anything in life, when you start something new, it's gonna be a little scary. You're gonna be a little nervous, and you gotta jump in and try things, and you gotta be bold, you gotta be courageous, and those are the things that martial arts teaches you.
Okay? Yes, go!
Currently, 64 athletes in kindergarten to 5th grade are supported through Father's Heart Sports, as well as several teens. And Coach Matt knows that need is only going to continue to grow.
Funding's a big deal, so a lot of these kids don't have money for gloves or uniforms, and then they start going to tournaments. $100 entry fee, you know?
So right now, Father's Heart Sports is looking for support and partnerships.
Here's an opportunity to help some kids get a chance to train martial arts and totally transform their lives and change their outcome in the future.
Coach Matt knows firsthand how martial arts can transform one's life. Originally from outside of Oregon City, Linlin picked up wrestling in high school and took it all the way to the 2000 Olympics, bringing home a silver medal. He then went on to become a professional MMA fighter and coach of the 2016 and 2020 U.S. Olympic wrestling teams.
All the way up, keep that hand out. My favorite thing about seeing that is seeing these guys that came in here, they were nervous, they were timid, they were scared, and they get on the mats, they try it, and then they fall in love with the sport. They stick here for, a decade or so, and then all of a sudden they're adults and they want to come back and coach and give back because it changed their lives.
Those like Carl C.J. Orchard. He started training at Team Quest when he was 5.
I like watching the kids go through, again, what I had to, and being the coach and helping them push through what they have to.
Make sure that jab's nice and long.
Much like his coaches did for him.
Having a program like this is important because it gets kids off the street and away from other stuff. Like, outside, we're not exactly located in the best area in Portland. So it gets kids off of those streets and out of the gangs and other stuff going on and into a disciplined area where they can learn from their actions.
And next on the good side, gorgeous flowers from weddings to parties to grocery store leftovers being upcycled to lift people's spirits.
So all these flowers would be thrown in the garbage, so we put them to good use.
Find out why these bouquets are truly the perfect arrangement. You're watching The Good Side. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Good Side. Call it a perfect arrangement. Gorgeous, fresh flowers saved from being tossed in the trash. Volunteers work their magic, then deliver bouquets to places where people could use something to brighten their day. The Good Side's Myra Ansari introduces us to this dedicated group with a name and a mission guaranteed to make you smile.
Inside Crescent Hill Baptist Church in Louisville.
Appreciate what God has given us.
There's no shortage of color.
These flowers, they're so varied, and sometimes we even get to learn their names.
Creativity and collaboration.
Look around, see all the smiling faces.
It's a joy, truthfully, to be able to do this.
These folks are volunteers.
I love flowers, and this is what I wanted to do when I retired. So I've been doing this for 18 years now.
They call themselves the Flower Buds.
There weren't very many of us when we first started, maybe 6 or 8, and we have probably 40 volunteers now.
None of us are, trained. We just do it from the heart.
And the wedding flowers are just arriving, so we get to repurpose them.
They take donated flowers from weddings, funerals, wholesalers, supermarkets, florists, galas, banquets, and other community events.
We're always celebrating something or other.
Amazingly gifted with so many flowers from places like Kroger's who have overbought and can't sell them, and they allow us to pick them up and then bring them here, and then we cut them and clean them and baste them, and then we take them to nursing homes, the VA hospital, assisted living facilities.
We send out about 100 vases every week.
This is from Hawaii.
Oh, from Hawaii?
I take flowers to, it's called Up for Women and Children. It's a day homeless shelter for women.
Clem Russell is a veteran and takes pride in delivering flowers to the VA hospital.
We deliver to the hospice unit there at the VA, and they love seeing them come in. The families are so happy to see the flowers.
When you're in the end stages of your life, you want to be cheered up.
The reaction they get,
those are beautiful, thank you so much,
is priceless.
I'm going down to United Crescent Hill Ministry.
So all these flowers would be thrown in the garbage, so we put them to good use.
Nothing gets wasted.
The Flower Buds are celebrating a big milestone. They've delivered more than 90,000 vases since 2006.
Everybody's proud of the work.
Work that proves that beauty multiplies when it's shared.
Makes you feel good about being able to share these things that we've been gifted with.
Think about all those lives touched. Now, from adding beauty to life to saving a life. She's 5 years old, and she's already a hero with a medal to prove it. The Good Side's Steve Harris introduces us to a Girl Scout from Illinois who didn't have to go far to save a life.
And my name is Sarah Grace.
5-year-old Sarah Grace Brenner loves cats.
Cat pillows, cat bed, cat pajamas.
Just check out her room.
Too much kitty stuff.
And this kindergartner knows her letters.
S-A-R-A-H.
And her numbers.
1, 2, 3.
Even though she can't reach the sink.
I can reach to the sink, just not the soap.
Sorry, my mistake. Hey, she's one smart cookie.
These are the popular ones.
Did I mention she's a Daisy Girl Scout? Her mom, Lindsay, is the troop leader.
We had just learned in our last Daisy meeting about calling 911 and how to recognize what an emergency situation looks like.
It was a lesson Sarah Grace would use only days later. Lindsay had gotten the kids off the bus.
Walked over here and he said, "Hey guys, does anyone want a snack?" And at that point, I felt really bad and I just fell on the ground.
Right in front of the couch.
Right in front of the couch, right here. I'm laying right here.
Turns out she was having a heart attack. So Sarah Grace sprang into action.
I heard her say, "Mommy needs help now."
She ran upstairs and told her dad, and then took care of Mom.
She rolls me on my side. She propped me up with pillows. She went and got our blood pressure cuff and she held my hand and she helped me count my breathing. And she said, "Mommy, you're gonna be all right."
Lindsay was taken to the hospital where she recovered. And when the Girl Scouts heard about what Sarah Grace had done, they gave her the Medal of Honor.
Stephen, heroes is people that do what needs to be done, when it needs to be done, regardless of the challenges, regardless of the circumstances, and she did it.
Because had she not been there that day, her mom might not be here today.
It's safe to say, yes.
Those are the popular ones.
I want the popular ones. Oh, and in case you're wondering, here's some money. I did buy some Girl Scout cookies.
It's sharing stories like that that just makes me smile. Next on the Good Side, taking root. In this garden, you'll find plenty of fresh herbs and veggies, but there's more to it than that. High schoolers are planting the seeds for solutions. You're watching The Good Side. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Good Side. A company called Gooder provides access to groceries and healthy meals in places that were once food deserts. Now, over the years, its mission has grown from school cafeterias to neighborhoods, and now it's extending its reach to pets. The Good Side's Joshua Skinner shows us how it all started with a unique vending machine.
Gooder Community Market's first physical location in Atlanta feels like a bodega.
They go to work, they go home, they come here, they hang out.
A plethora of seniors live in this area near Edgewood Avenue Southeast, formerly a food desert.
There were over 1,000 seniors walking distance to here.
Not only can people get their food here, but so can cats and dogs.
This is our Atlanta Dog Mom. It's a free pet food vending machine.
I'm not sure if you heard owner Jasmine Crow Houston. It's free.
For a lot of our seniors, their pets are like their best friends.
Here's how Atlanta Dog Mom works. You scan the QR code and tap to open. You can then take a certain amount of cat or dog food. So why do this? Like most money questions, it boils down to money.
The economy and the cost and the rising cost of food, a lot of people losing their jobs over the last couple of years.
And that gets to the core of Gooder, which originally provided free food in schools when founded a decade ago. They just do it for pets now, too.
Correct. Everybody eats.
Very early results are positive, and Jasmine doesn't know the long-term future of the vending machine, but hopes it sticks.
Well, I always tell people at the end of my life, I may not die rich, but I'll be able to say that people were hungry and I fed them, and that means something to me.
Gooder offers pop-up grocery markets, meal and grocery delivery services, and snack packs for students. And those are just a few of the ways it makes a difference. All of it is available to those in need for free. It was founded in Atlanta and has since grown into a national network. Something is growing at a high school in Florida, and it could plant the seeds to solutions and maybe one day solve problems facing the nation's food supply. The Good Side's Brianna Shaw has a look at this hydroponic harvest.
Inside the Wakulla High School culinary classroom, students are learning that farm to table doesn't have to travel far.
Growing basil, red cabbage, parsley.
Culinary instructor Ryan Warner is guiding students through the full process of hydroponic farming.
They take care of it, they plant seeds, they make sure the water is maintained, they make sure that the pH and nutrient levels are fine.
Hydroponic gardens use only water and controlled lighting to grow plants year-round.
This is a 13-gallon tank. We've probably filled it up maybe 4 or 5 times. And since November, if you think about it, you'll probably use 30 gallons the first time you turn on your water hose at your house.
And despite producing fresh vegetables, these plants have never been outside.
We talk about regionally sourced foods and seasonable foods, right? So we're able to do that right here in the classroom where season and travel doesn't matter.
The hydroponic garden was donated by the Wakulla Rotary Club. Since then, they've harvested 2 pounds of lettuce and bok choy.
We want the kids to see from the seed to their table how the plants are growing, and we notice that when the kids are doing it themselves, they're more likely to eat fruits and vegetables.
Marina Mudry, who works in food services, played a key role in bringing the garden to the school. She says the project not only supports culinary education, but also introduces students to careers in agriculture and food production. Looking ahead, the goal is to eventually share the harvest with even more students across the district.
Wakulla County School District has roughly 5,500 students. I don't see why it wouldn't be possible for us as Wakulla County to sustainably grow food for all of its students.
People find their sense of purpose and peace in all sorts of places.
The camera doesn't have the emotion. The camera does not see what you see.
This artist paints as she paddles, drawing inspiration straight from the waters of the bayou. You're watching The Good Side. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Good Side. There are a few must-haves for a day out on the bayou. Think bug spray, a good hat, layers. Well, you're about to meet a woman who packs some extras. The Good Side's Dave McNamara paddles alongside her as she paints from her kayak.
Artist Carol Halleck has found a way to combine her love of painting with her enjoyment of paddling a kayak near her home on Bayou Lacombe.
I always liked anything Louisiana, you know, the pelicans, the oak trees, water on the bayou just surrounds me and it becomes a part of you.
I tagged along in my own kayak as Halleck scanned the springtime bayou landscape, looking at shapes, the light, anything that would inspire her to put paint and brush to canvas.
In springtime, it's bright, 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 bright greens, and they only last about a week.
In her small kayak, Halleck is seeing her world from water level.
And so you're looking up, it's giving you a different angle and more access to places.
You've probably seen these landscapes along the bayou hundreds of times. Where do you find inspiration to paint something new?
In a way, the composition may be very similar, but your colors change, your light changes, the time of year changes, and so it's always new. The challenge is to, if you're painting that same thing over and over, make it better.
Halleck notices how the late afternoon sun adds highlights to trees, the swaying of moss in the wind, and shapes reflecting in the water.
A lot of folks would come by this bayou in a boat and whisk right by this scene here, but I'm loving the detail, the lilies, the flowers that you're finding in that.
Dead trees are interesting. They talk somehow.
It might seem like it would be easier to snap a picture and take it home to paint the scene. Halleck prefers the plein air style, trying to do a painting from start to finish while sitting on location in her kayak.
The camera doesn't have the emotion. The camera does not see what you see. It does not see the emotion, the light, and doesn't feel what you feel. When you're painting from a photo, you're trying to do a 3D rendering from this 2D photo. And if you're out in nature, you're trying to do a 3D, but then there's 3Ds in front of you.
Carol Halleck's award-winning oil paintings capture familiar scenes, trees along a bayou, the changing of seasons, the imperfections and beauty of Louisiana landscapes, and a white egret that she always names Geraldine.
I've always kind of been closed off from emotion, not really knowing how I felt, and I think painting has helped me acknowledge what's inside of me.
If every stroke of the brush hits its mark, Halleck says she can complete a painting in less than an hour. And there's always tomorrow, with different light, or perhaps a few more clouds, another chance to capture the beauty and emotion of a kayak trip on the bayou.
Carol is super talented. That is it for us. I hope you smiled this half hour. The Good Side, real stories that inspire, uplift, and remind us that even in the tough times, there's always another side, the good side. See you back here next week. Have a great day.